everyone, my name is Madison Austin, and today I'll be talking about speaking across the curriculum and determining the challenges and solutions I did for each assignment. So let's go with the first one. The first one I obviously had the most difficult trying to create arcs on the mouth edges. In fact, I've never done lip sync before, and I never incorporated mouth shapes in animation either. So to fix these problems, I of course used video reference and mirror reference to create realistic mouth shapes and transitions. I learned to create lip sync for the first time, and I used motion control to help create the arcs. So I usually had issues with the mouth edges right here, where I was able to move them back and forth and then also create arcs so it would transition to the next mouth shape. And that for me was the most difficult, but with using these solutions I was able to do it, so this is my final outcome from that assignment. So I had the most issues trying to do K for keep. It was very hard for me to use the keep, the P and B mouth shapes, but once I was able to figure that out, I was able to do that for my second one, which was the one character scene. Now, this one was the one that I had the most challenges with. I had issues trying to create like constraints and then incorporating multiple shots. So the way that I was able to overcome these challenges was I was able to use different files and edit it through Premiere Pro. And I did my best to fix the constraints, but I mean, I wasn't the best. I probably should have done things that were better, and I should have used my video reference a lot more carefully, but this was the best I could possibly do, and I learned a lot from it. As you can see, it's a lot like spliny and a lot more issues with the timing. And I learned from that as well, and I was able to incorporate it on one of my actually more favorite assignments, which is the eye mask. And I had issues trying to incorporate all facial muscles into it, but as I used the facial controls, I used every single one because I was trying to create subtleties within the actual facial mask. And I did a lot of eye tracking to follow the head, but I did that using I think a locator if I remember. And then I also used the motion trail, of course, to track the arcs and everything that was going on. And then I learned how to incorporate extreme facial acting, which is great because I might actually one day want to be a facial animator. So yeah. And this was by far my absolute favorite. This was the two character scene. I actually have learned so much from this and the rest of the assignments previous, which is what made this so great. I had difficult trying to create the first shot, which I'm still working on currently, which for posing and trying to convince the audience with a lip sync. But we finally got it to a place where I can actually spline it and get it to where it's polished and looks really good. But I had also issues trying to go it from pose to pose and slow in, slow out. But I've always had that issue as an animator. That's my biggest principle, which I actually had learned to tame in this assignment. So I was so happy with it. I used video reference and I refilmed and refilmed and refilmed and stuck to it. And then this was by far my best creation in the anime class. And although it's still unfinished, I'm very proud to call this mine. So I wanted to thank everyone who has gave me great feedback over the course of this quarter. I want to thank my professor. He specifically was the best teacher I could possibly get for this class, and I have learned so much from it. But so thank you, and I hope that y'all have the great rest of your quarter, and have a great vacation or whatever you'll be doing to rest. Thank you.